Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Christine, and today I'm going to show you how to junk journal on your iPad. So I'm going to walk you through my process and show you 3 different ways that you guys can also do this at home. If you're not familiar with junk journaling, it's typically done on paper in a journal, and it's essentially when you take a bunch of random things that you would normally throw in the trash, think receipts, notes, random photos, but instead of throwing them away, you turn them into something meaningful and creative by putting them in a journal. You can also call this scrapbooking or visual journaling. And I especially love doing it on my iPad because it's less messy, I can do it anywhere, and it also lets me use up all the stuff that just would die in my camera roll otherwise. As for tools, I'm using the iPad Air 11-inch with the Apple Pencil, but honestly, any iPad or tablet would work for this. In this video, I'm using the Paper by Wetransfer app. It's really intuitive and easy to use, but the overall vibe of the app just makes it perfect for junk journaling. But I've also used GoodNotes and Zinnia for this kind of thing, and if you're looking for a free option, the Freeform app that comes pre-installed on your iPad is perfect for this too. So now that we've got that covered, let's get started. So I start by picking a journal. I have a few different journals for different things, but for our first example, I'm going to show you one for trips, travel/vacations. I'm just going to hit plus to open up a new page, and in most apps you'll have different formats. I just go with a classic blank page to keep it simple. Then the first step I do is I pick 2 photos that are going to be my background images for my junk journal. So I like to do 1 photo on each side to kind of represent each side of the page. So I will just get 2 photos and put those down first, so that way they're all the way in the back. So once you have your background images down, you can start adding things on top. So I'm doing this junk journal based on my trip to California for WWDC, so I'm adding different elements like a location tag, my media little badge that I had, the thumbnail image that I did from my interview with Craig, and my little pass that I had to get into the event. This is where you can start to get really creative and add different photos, screenshots, or even drawings that you've done. This drawing I did in Skillshare, who is kindly sponsoring today's video. If you don't know, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of different classes. You can take anything from photography, marketing, drawing, and I love their iPad classes. Specifically, Lisa Bardot's Kickstart Your Creativity with Procreate class is amazing. She has 2 different versions of this class now, and you get to learn 20 different mini tutorials in Procreate. The lessons are so easy, and it just makes learning Procreate so much less complicated. I've really enjoyed making all of these fun little drawings. So if you've been wanting to learn a specific topic, or maybe just want to learn more creative ways to use your iPad, I highly recommend checking out Skillshare, and I have a special deal for you guys. The first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So sign up below to get your free month and get started learning today. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back to junk journaling. So now I'm going to show you my favorite tool that I use most whenever I'm junk journaling, and that is this little scissor tool. You'll see it right on the icon there. Whenever you tap on a photo, you have the option to crop it. And you can just use your Apple Pencil or stylus to crop it however you'd like, and it will slice it, and then you just want to delete whatever the background is. So just make sure to tap on whatever scraps that you don't want and just delete those, and you'll be left with your perfect little cutout. You have so much freedom because you can use anything in your digital library, but you can also scan things onto your iPad, take photos or screenshots. This photo of the media pass that we got is one of those that would just kind of die in my camera roll. I would never use it again, but now I'm going to do something cool with it, which is I'm going to crop it out, and then I'm going to tap on it, and you'll see right next to the scissor tool there's a duplicate tool. So I'm going to duplicate this a few different times and create a cool little pattern. Next, I'm grabbing a photo of these pins that I got whenever I was there. I'm just using the same crop tool, cropping each of them out so that way they kind of look like stickers, and then I just tap on the background and keep cropping, and then you can just crop a bunch of things in the same image if you want to do that, and then you'll just delete the background whenever you're done. Once I feel like I have all of the different photos and elements cropped that I want to, I will start adding some different details with some of the tools in the app. So I like just using a classic pen and writing over little messages to myself, notes on that photo, little doodles, hearts, really anything. This is where you can really get creative with it. And this is the final product. I like to keep it simple, but you can add as much or as little as you like. Some people really pack in the pages, so feel free to go crazy. I feel like I have a little memory of my trip to California at Apple Park. So there's an idea on how to junk journal your recent trip, and now let's junk journal the month so far. It's the same exact process as the last one, but I just wanted to give you guys some fun ideas. So starting as always, putting 2 photos as my background. I chose 2 of my photos that I feel like represent my month so far, which is my homegrown tomatoes and a nature trail I've been loving. Then you know I had to document Mr. Bieber coming out with his album. So I took a screenshot of this little Polaroid on Spotify. I couldn't figure out how to actually export it, so I ended up just taking a screenshot and cropping it. And it looks like a little Polaroid on my junk journal, which I just think turned out so cute. I also put a screenshot of the book that I read this month, and I wanted a title for my July spread, so I grabbed a photo of my bullet journal planner and I just cropped out the month of July. I like that this has a dual meaning of July, but also it's from my planner that I designed and released in July. Then I'm just adding in some other things that represent my month, like this NASCAR event I went to, some flowers that I grew. I finally watched Lord of the Rings for the first time this month and I'm obsessed with it. So just putting anything that comes to mind whenever I think of this month so far. Then I finish it off with a few hand-drawn elements, and that is the final spread for the month of July. You can see that the process is actually very simple, but it always turns out looking so cute. Even if it looks bad, it looks good. It's just how junk journaling works. All right, the last example I want to show you is mood board junk journaling. Now, this is the most random one. Does it mean anything? No, but it doesn't matter. It's just all about the vibes. Mood boarding usually starts on Pinterest, where I'm just kind of looking for different photos that inspire me or match the vibe that I'm feeling currently in my life. I was feeling a summer theme and I just wanted to capture what my summer was feeling like so far. I started as usual by laying out my background, and I actually decided to do 3 different photos, but still on 2 different sides of the canvas. Again, this is just about having fun and being creative. Just go with whatever you feel like in the moment. There's no right way to do this. I mentioned that I've been a little obsessed with Lord of the Rings, so I'm adding a little Middle-earth bridge here. When I saw this butterfly, I was just really drawn to it for some reason. I like the colors, I like the vibe of it, so I cropped it and duplicated it a few times and just made a cute little butterfly pattern off to the side. I had this really long Pinterest quote saved in my photos, and then I just cropped out the bottom portion that says dancing music, just adding that next to a disco ball and a little gold star that I found, and I just cropped those as well. And then at this point, I mean, you're just adding in random elements that you like that represent whatever the mood is that you are channeling for your junk journal, just adding in random things that I find on Pinterest or in my photos. And this is the final mood board. Does it mean anything to you looking at it? Probably not, but to me, I know what it means. And that is the fun of junk journaling, because when you do it for yourself, it's just a fun creative outlet to do. It's not that serious. It always looks fun and good, even if it's kind of ugly. These are my examples for this video, but this is also really fun to do with different books, movies, or TV shows you like. It's great to do while listening to music or a podcast, or even watching TV or something in the background. It's much better than scrolling, and it's just really fun, so I highly recommend you guys try it out. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Maybe it inspired you. Let me know if you guys want more junk journaling videos in the future. I'd love to make them. They're super fun. But until then, have a great day wherever you are, and happy journaling.